here we are. On the bench is another Hobao to work on. This one is definitely a full petrol conversion of the Hyper7, because the shocks are different, towers are different. It got this body shell off Ali, and it fits quite nice. Well, it fits well. See, another conversion, better than the last one. The stays are quite different, but we'll address that as we got parts to go on and to be fitted as we go. There seems to be a bit more room. I think we can fit in a receiver box this time and everything. Well, hopefully, we'll see how it goes. But we've got a bit more room on these side pods, so we might be able to fit it there. But that's the cart. Let's put it out of the way. We have a box of, well, we've got a Dumbo radio to go in it, and this is the box of bits. We've got a complete shock set. We've got to try and fit these metal parts, which could be a problem. There's the surpass motor, an ESC, a fan unit to fit, a battery box, and front shock cap protectors. So let's get cracking with this and see how it goes. Now, working on the first front stay, I took the bracket off and enlarged the hole that was there and countersunk it, and also flattened the side off. Now this will screw on nicely to there, and then I've got to refit it now and try and work out what marks line up. This is where it's going to could get tricky, because I don't think none of the holes are going to line up, so it means a lot of careful marking and re-drilling. But like I said, this is always going to be tricky, something like this. Now we're going to have trouble with the front one straight away. I'm going to have to somehow make a bracket and make this fit. Didn't expect to, it didn't look too bad, but yeah, it's going to take some working out, this one. There we go, the front brace is in. I had to make a bracket. It's not a perfect fit, but it works, so I'm happy with that. So that's one part out of the way. Now the next part is trying to fit the rear, and of course that's not going to be easy as well, because I don't think it's going to fit where the original fits. But let's get the old one off first and have a look. There we go, made another bracket, modified the position on the back, put some spacers in and shifted it to the right. It's fitted. This is the trouble where you're fitting parts from an SS VS onto a 7. They are different, but they don't look nasty, but they're fitted and they're better than what they had on there. So the next thing to do is put the battery tray back in, and we'll start on the shock absorbers. There we go, those Oz Racing big bore shocks are on. Weren't too hard to fit. The only problem was no hardware to fit the things, and I've had to shorten the screw somehow so I can put a screw into the front to hold the cup on, because there's nothing to hold. They give you nothing to hold it on. I don't mind not having the screw for the back, but you would have thought they'd give you hardware for the front. So we've got that done. Next we're moving on to the motor, which I think we're going to have problems with that, because the holes in the mount are the wrong size and I haven't got a pinion. So that's going to have to be sorted. See, big holes, and I'm pretty certain the motor will be small. Yeah, I think they're M3 screws. Yeah. Well, we'll see how it fits and we'll go from there. We might have to space them out a bit. There we go. To get it to fit, a screw, a washer, a piece of tube sanded down to size that fits just right before through, and that will stop movement in the screw when we fit it to the motor. So let's get that fitted and that's that out of the way. Well, we've got the electrics in, we've got the motor running. That seems happy. Steering. I'd say that servo's not very good, so I'm going to have to speak to him about a servo, but at least we got it done. I made up another lead, jump lead, but I'll put a different battery in and see if it makes a difference. I'll get a LiPo out, but for test the servo should be fine. Well, I put a more powerful battery in. Definitely doesn't seem right. I wonder if I can take the screw out just for a quick test without any load. So I don't think anything will be on the steering will be a problem, but this will test it. That moves. Definitely the servo don't turn nice one way. Oh well. I think new servo time. Here we are, we're finally back to continuing with the Hyper7, and we've now got a 20 kV servo to try in it. We've got a couple of pinions and a new servo arm. So let's get this servo out and see how it works on the radio. There we go, the new servo. I'm just going to temporarily stick the arm on. Right, just put the arm on loose. That's a lot better. See, I'll try that more even. There we go. So it's definitely that servo was duff. So I'll get all the servo in now, rip all that out, and get this new one in. Servo's in, the electrics, well, pinions on, so let's give this a quick test. I'm only running it on a NIMS, so it will be a lot faster than this. So let's give it a go. Steering. Now we're going the right direction. Plenty of power from that servo. Let's see how it turns over. That's fine for that battery because I'm not putting much power through it. So that works. Because what it is, it's hitting the sort of cutout. So now all I've got to do is tidy the electrics up. There we go. The electrics is all nice and tidy. I've just got to sort something out with the aerial. Maybe, hopefully it will take a piece of tube, I don't know. If not, I'll just secure it somehow. But I've put a LiPo battery in it so I can do a proper test this time. It should spin over now. Fans are working. And I don't know what's causing this. That was strange. For some reason it didn't like that battery, because now yeah, that's working fine. There we go, this little project is all done. All the parts are fitted, sorted. I have also glued the tyres on because they were not glued. And I've got another set of these tyres to glue up because Paul kindly brought me a set of these wheels and tyres for my buggy. But this finishes the Hyper7 tidy up and getting it all running into a full runner from just a rolling chassis. With, like I said, the new suspension and all the electrics that needed to go in.